got a lot of paint left on it, huh?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
There's an engine.
Yeah, it's all there too. This one would clean up pretty good, huh?
Looks like it will.
So today we're about to dig into one of the 4 vehicles we've recently rescued from a farm in Kansas. Now this one here is a late 40s International truck that we really don't know anything about. So at this point we just want to dive in, see what we got to work with, and hopefully we're able to see this thing up and running after 30 years. At least on this one we ain't got near the mess to clean up, do we?
No, not near the mess.
Starting off. A little bit built up over here above the distributor, but...
Yeah, some around the spark plug, which is always a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure there's a purpose, but on these old flatheads, the way they've got that little spot, you know, you're just asking for water and dirt and rat poop, all that stuff to get in there and corrode. We've had some pretty bad plugs on some of these.
Yeah, they weren't thinking that it was going to be setting like that, though, so.
Yeah, they're just using it.
Yep.
I guess we were red originally, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
So, not a bad respray, it doesn't look like.
No.
It's lasted pretty good.
Yeah, I would have sworn up and down it was original color, but
yeah,
this shows that it wasn't.
I don't know. We got oil in it. Dark. Oh, the full mark's way up there though. So we are a little low on oil. Stuck.
Yeah, linkage is stuck.
The carburetor looks wet though.
Yeah,
or
it looks
oily or
oily or
something.
something.
Yeah, I guess just from that old bath breather maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say how long this thing's been since.
Right. It looks oily, but it's not even tacky.
Yeah. Water pump's not stuck. This is gonna be 6 volt. Yep, 6 volt coil.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Well.
Good thing though is everything's there. It looks
Yeah, nothing's been taken off of it, including the radiator, which is normally long gone. All of our wiring though is shot.
Okay.
Which more than likely we're probably going to try to turn it over with 12 volt anyway, so.
Yep.
And I guess the it's got no starter on the floor. Look how simple that dash is.
It stinks.
Smell like pee, don't it?
Yeah. Definitely smells like the men's restroom.
Oh, that's gonna be in that old carpet there.
Yeah.
You'd have thought there'd have been something in that area.
Right.
And this, what is that?
The windshield.
Yeah, the windshield rolls out. Huh. I don't want to force it until it's
Right.
sprayed with something. Yeah, I mean, not much to the interior, but it's complete too.
Right. Yeah.
Seat's not bad. Get that carpet out to see exactly what. Yeah, don't even look
I
bad.
start saying
a little bit, but
it stinks.
shame. Probably been better shape if that carpet wasn't in there.
Right.
I'm gonna try to get something to clean out around them plugs, I guess, huh?
Right. Yeah. Get something down in there to
Lube it up. Maybe top it off with some oil and see what it looks like.
Right.
I bet it's pretty dry down in there.
I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. After 30 years, I'll be worse than dry.
guess they got them numbered on those little tab things there on them.
Oh yeah, that's got a 1, 2, yeah, 3.
That wire is bad there. One wire that's split, chewed on. Tight.
It's tight, yeah.
Have to go back and forth, back and forth. I was afraid of that. Like I said, it's just asking for it the way it's down in that little hole. But I guess as thick as that head is, it's got to drop that spark plug down there to get closer to the piston and valves. Golly. Well, tied it first, and it come right out.
Golly bum.
Man, that plug looks pretty good from what I can tell. And I was able to lube that cylinder. Yeah, there's a bunch of junk still in it, ain't there? Have to get a vacuum and suck that out. Golly, that thing is tight. I said it's kind of hard to tell on these plugs because they're so wet with the PV blaster, but that one, the very back one, it don't look good.
Yeah, it's like my front one there.
Oh yeah. I bet you those two cylinders might be stuck. Let me grab that camera. I know it's gonna be a little wet from just what we sprayed around the plugs, but be able to tell something. See how they look. Check this back one. Hitting something. The piston or?
Not all of them can be up.
What is that?
Valves? No?
And the valves are down in the block, but they
over to the side.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be off to the side a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I can't even get the camera down in there because there's...
It's just weird that every one of them is at the same height.
I don't know. I don't get it. Wow.
I mean, it ain't like it's crud, because it's, you can hear it's solid.
Hard. But I mean, even if it was a valve, some of them should be shut.
Right.
And some of them, some cylinders should be down, some up. Huh. I don't know. But it don't look good, what I can say at all. It's very, very rusty. Very rusty, man. I don't know. I would have liked to have been able to see what we were kind of looking at a little better. I don't know if we go ahead and, I guess we might as well fill it up with something rather than pull the head off at this point.
That's what I was fixing to say. I mean, we're at a point now where if we fill it up and it doesn't do anything, we still got to take the head off. So, but if it does, then save that step.
It definitely don't look good. So we ended up filling up these cylinders the best we could with just some diesel, although most of it ended up running out onto the ground through the exhaust, which means we have some open valves, which probably caused this issue of rust to begin with. Now on this old flathead setup, We're gonna have our cylinders on this side, and then our valves, both intake and exhaust, are gonna run along the passenger side of the head over there. So with our plug being offset, it's not exactly center here on our head. Maybe if I would have took the scope cam and went back this way some, we could have seen in the cylinder a little bit better, but really couldn't get that thing to drop down in there as it was hitting about the same spot on all these cylinders. So we filled them up, we just let it sit there for a little while. So next step is we want to see if we can get this thing turning over. Normally we would go on the crank down low here, but as you guys can tell, there is not much room to get between this radiator and that point, so I believe we'd have to pull the radiator off to do that. Another option would be we could get up underneath here on our flywheel there and try to go ahead and turn it over with the teeth of the flywheel. Sometimes that'll allow it. Or we put a battery on it inside here, which actually goes down in that little compartment. Put a battery on it and see what it does with the starter. So I really wasn't thinking this thing was gonna be locked up, maybe a little stuck, but not where it's just super rusty inside. But at this point, from what I could tell from the scope cam, it's not looking too good for us. So we just need to make a decision of what we want to try to do next. But ultimately, we just want to see this thing turn over so we can move to the next step of getting fire, getting our fuel, and actually hearing it run again. Just gonna try this battery first, just because it's the simplest thing to do. It's going to be a positive ground on this 6-volt system, so everything goes in there backwards. Now we went ahead and we disconnected all of our other wires that run to everything else on this truck. Basically, the only juice we're sending to it right now is going to be directly to the starter. So you can get away with that as long as you're not turning the starter over too much with these 6-volt systems, but you definitely don't want to send 12-volt through all your headlights, all that kind of stuff. You're going to burn some stuff up. But the wiring's pretty much shot on this truck anyways, but connect that up. See if she even tries for us. I'll be ready to disconnect this battery in case it stays pushed down and it ain't turning over.
I guess it's out of gear.
Yeah, we're out of gear. Which these cables ain't the greatest. I don't know how good my connection is. It's touching it, ain't it?
Yes.
Nothing. It very well could be these connections though. Let me clean them up real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna try to work that button just a hair.
Is that button working on the starter?
Yeah, it was kind of stiff there at first, but it seems to be working.
Try it again. I heard it.
I heard it, yeah. I started to say I heard something. It's just not wanting to push it.
It's locked up, ain't it?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
Can you see it moving?
Yeah, I can see it.
Jarring?
Jarring.
Can you do it right there where I can watch it. Oh yeah. She locked up?
Yep.
Man. But how bad is it locked up is the question, you
Right.
know. We can, I don't know. I know how our luck is. Normally we try everything beforehand before we dig into it and end up having to, but
Right.
we're gonna have to pull the radiator off to get on that crank or get up underneath there on the flywheel. And I think the flywheel would be our better
That's what I was fixing to say. I think
spot.
we can get
Did we
more
try the
torque.
flywheel first? If that don't work, then we know we're gonna have to dig into
Yeah.
the engine and then pull the head off,
Yep.
which means taking everything off anyways.
Right.
Let's see if we can get on the flywheel and maybe we can bump the starter and wedge on the, you know,
Right,
pry on
yeah.
the flywheel. I don't know. Not good. Is that coolant?
I think so. Yep. There she goes.
Wow, it looks very clean.
I can still smell it just like it's fresh.
Wow. Yeah, that's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Other than dumping on the ground, let me catch it real quick.
Okay. Yep, that's good.
Yeah, I got it. That thing's all there. It looks to be in pretty good shape though, like you say. It ain't all scuffed up or anything. Can we get on that crank now?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Big old, gonna take a big socket, huh?
Big socket, yep.
Like inch and, oh yeah. Yeah, it's got where you can crank it from the front,
yeah.
huh? Let's get our sockets and see. Probably an inch and a half or so.
That's what I figure.
We go, ready?
Yep. Yeah!
It ain't even trying. Can you get a good pry down there? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a good pry on it. It's just not, it's not even a slight budge on it.
Tell me when you get another bite.
Okay.
I think the bolt just tightened in more on me. It didn't move none, did it?
No.
That joker's stuck.
Uh-huh.
So deceiving.
Yeah, that's what's bad is you get in a different mindset whenever you.
Right, you don't prepare yourself.
Right.
We've been here before.
Yep.
I don't think that, obviously waiting it out is gonna be beneficial, but the amount of time it's gonna take, I think we're better off just to go ahead and pull this head off and see what it looks like in them cylinders.
I agree.
And them valves.
Yep.
I think that's got it. Got it?
Got it.
Ugh. That's water.
Yep.
Wow. That's a lot of water
Yeah,
too.
you can bet it filled up enough to probably get right down the carburetor and into the.
But, I mean, the hood would have had to been open, but even then, the hood you would have thought would have blocked
True.
a lot of that.
But 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, I know there should be some oil in there, but that's just water.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it probably did just pour down in. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it's pretty rusty at the base of that carb there. Let's just start pulling the head bolts off. Don't break. Oh, please don't break. Let's come back to that. We may have to put a little heat on it or something.
Right.
Probably heat the outside.
But actually, it's going to be in the block, right? Down further.
Well, I bet sometimes they just get stuck where they're going through the head more than anything. So if you can make that head swell, expand. It is crazy how it's always that way, though. It's just one stubborn, whatever it is you're messing with.
It's crazy. It's the very first one I tried to take off, too. And it just... Whenever you're ready, I don't know.
I guess I'm ready. Definitely turning or stretching. See if that impact will take it on out of there.
Just took me getting a little warmed up.
Yeah. And that it probably is, so we probably need to be pretty careful grabbing that. Maybe those ones still a little tight.
I don't know if that one there may be attached somewhere else, because that's not.
I believe they're all the same length, so. Oh, well, I figured it'd be stuck.
That's what I was going to say, it may.
I know this thing is going to be heavy, so you want to grab that and I'll grab this. Ugh.
I can feel nasty on the bottom side.
Yeah, look at them valves.
Whew. Well, there's one valve that ain't gonna work.
Really rusted in half? Yeah, this head's pretty rough too, especially one of the end cylinders. Ugh. Man.
That one's the same way. I don't know, but as you can tell, it's...
That's terrible. But, I mean, the cylinders look great.
Yeah.
They really don't look that bad. I don't think our cylinders are stuck at all, or our pistons. I think everything's just stuck on the valves, which is probably worse. Oh, yeah, that's not good. I have to get the vacuum cleaner and try to clean it up. It may suck all the valves out of the block.
Right.
Well, this right here is not good, guys. Now that we've got this head pulled off, these valves are just terrible. So a lot of it's just some rust and dirt that'll clean off. But these intake valves that have been open, apparently we've got a lot of rainwater that has come down through our carburetor at some point and just set down in there with them valves open. This one being one of them, the valve stem, it's just plumb rusted in half. Well, look at that down in there. I mean, you can't even tell what it's supposed to look like down in there. There's so much rust. But all this right here, we're gonna have to get a vacuum and just start cleaning all that mess out. Now on the upside, our cylinder walls, where our pistons are, actually look pretty good. So I don't think we were messing with a whole bunch of stuck pistons. I think at this point, we've just got an old flathead engine that's got a terrible valve train. Try to break it with the ratchet first, maybe. Or get it to come loose with the ratchet.
Yeah, don't break it. Let me get it.
Yeah, you can try. Working?
Yeah. Scared me at first when it pops.
Yeah, I've never tore into down in the side of these blocks like this for messing with the valves. That linkage is right in the way on that one there. I don't know how hard it's going to be to find the parts, you know?
Right.
There's not a ton of information on these old trucks. I'm going to have to take it loose over here.
Here's some pliers.
I got it. Water.
Water, yep.
Man, we may need to heat some of these also. Man.
You've got lots of nice crud down
Yeah, I
there.
can't even get on that one. Try to clean that out. Let me get that torch and heat up around there. It's such a long bolt, it's kind of a hard area to heat because what is it?
It just doesn't feel, it feels like.
It's just gonna be a really slow process, ain't it?
Right, yeah. Afraid it.
Did it break?
I think it did. Yep.
Dang. Wonder how come you did that?
It was just easier to get off that way.
Well, ain't no count.
I knew it got funky whenever I...
What's crazy though is you weren't even putting much.
Nope, and it broke in a
Bad spot.
bad spot down low.
Yeah. Man, they've got to come out. I mean, at least we'll have it off where we can try to drill it, but it just does not want to get on that head very good.
Oh, thought I seen it move.
Oh, you did.
Yep.
I'm just asking for that thing to burn my arm. It's gonna be great. Yep. These things, they get hot and they're hard to get out.
Seize up on it.
Do I need to see if we can get that out, or we can take it completely off there?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Gosh, that thing's plumb full of water.
Is it?
Yeah. There we go.
You need to say that.
Are we loose? Obviously, we've caused a... Oh, yeah, golly. Looks bad, don't it?
It looks real bad.
Let me get that Sawzall and cut this pipe off so we can lift it
up out of the way.
there. Look like that should come out. Or...
I think so. Is that part?
Yeah, it's pretty rough, ain't it?
Yeah.
He's gonna have to soak in something. You can tell it's just been holding water forever.
Yeah, and that's just stuff's just falling out of it.
Yeah, I hate them bolts broke off, but at least there's still enough there to get a hold of with some vice grips or something. Now the one in the block, or two in the block, I guess. A little bit different story.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty rough there though, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, I guarantee you that
Carb.
all of it was just full of water, I'm sure, and just sat there full of water. And I believe we take these bolts out there, and that should allow us to get down to our valves at the bottom.
It's probably a nightmare. Hope not, but could be.
Hopefully it looks a lot cleaner down in that area.
Right.
But was a half.
Looks like it.
Pull them off and see. I mean, we know we got at least one that's already, it has to be, but them are gonna have to be too. I bet we have to pull them all just to clean out where they seat there.
Yep.
And grab a socket. At least there is plenty of room over here on this side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gasket.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep from tearing it. Don't look terrible, but it's hard to see from this angle, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
Let's get that other one off. Your gasket come off, didn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Let me grab my phone where we can get our camera down there a little bit different angle. See a little better.
All right.
So I see our springs now.
Yeah. Lifters.
Yeah. All that stuff we should be able to spray down real good.
I think so.
Springs don't look bad. Don't see anything broke, which those are the valves that are better shape. Which one is the
Fourth one.
the fourth? So 1, 2, 3. See that one right there, huh? Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell where the valves actually, I guess it's going to be on the other side of the spring there, be a keeper, huh? And then you got your little lifters that go down there. Huh. And then down in that hole. Kind of hard to tell what we're looking at there. Do we just spray down there on all those lifters at this point, and
I
then
think so, just to
see if it'll move?
Yep.
I have that PB blaster. I'll give him a good spray real quick. Give him a good drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can try to see if it'll move now. I bet you it'll try to turn over. Maybe, but I mean,
Still too loose there.
there's still some reason why it wouldn't turn over before, because all we've done is pulled the head off and
just
cleaned the
made it
junk.
visible.
Yeah, cleaned the junk off of it. Maybe that's stuck, that valve stem's stuck down in that. Let's just put a little pressure on it, see what it does. Yeah, fan's in a bad spot. It's got to be the valve stems are stuck in the, where they go through the block there.
And I guess coming back this other direction.
I can try. I'm thinking if we may have to just, you know, remove each valve if we can in the positions that they're at. And then that way, only the lifters, you know, they're not trying to push.
Right.
But if they're stuck down in there, we'll have to have something to,
Force them out.
yeah, get them out. Loosening off the bolt, I guess. Like I said, it seems like it should turn over because we can see everything now, but we technically haven't done anything but just clean up the loose stuff and let it set for just a little bit. fan, it keeps messing me up. Let's I don't know, let's see what it takes to get them valves out of there, I guess. There's got to be some kind of little keepers.
Yeah.
Because they're probably all just stuck in place. Ain't really got the greatest hammer here to kind of tap on them just a hair.
Right. The ones that are sticking up is probably the ones that need to tap, and I don't want to tap.
Yeah. Let's see if we can figure out how to remove them.
I'm ready.
At least some of them. So here's what we're working with, the best I can show you guys. Right down in here is our lifters, and then we've got our valve springs, our valve stems obviously in the middle of that. But on our valves that are closed, we did notice you can actually spin the lifter. That one's open, but these others, none of our lifters are actually stuck. That valve there is open as well there. So yeah, so none of our lifters are stuck down in the block. What I think we're fighting right now is the valve stems actually being rusted into the block there, and they're so fragile, and one's already broke. In order to get these loose, there is some keepers. We'd have to compress this spring down, and then there's some little keepers right there which will allow that spring to drop loose, and then you can actually pull your valve just straight out of the block. The problem is we are fighting against gravity, and once we compress that spring hard enough to work in the area we've got, them little keepers are destined to fall down in that little hole that goes straight down into the bottom of our block into our oil pan. So we still don't know what the crank looks like on this engine. It didn't look like there was a lot of water in the oil. It just looked like oil, but we've seen that before where it had a lot of water and you couldn't tell. We've seen it before where the top end wasn't that rusty in the pistons and the crank was just completely rusted solid. I guess at this point, the best thing we can think to do, unfortunately, is to go ahead and pull this engine out of here where we can actually mess with these valves, turn the block on its side, don't have to worry about fighting the keepers falling down into the block. Also be able to pull the pan off where we can check the crank, see what all that looks like. So what was hopefully a job, we'd throw a new coil, clean the points, and some fresh fuel in, has turned into a full-blown pull the engine in the yard and just hope for the best. See what it looks like. Oh, all that diesel's thinned it out.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting to see a little bit of water there. It's like a snake. Nothing get you.
No, it don't look bad. I mean, it just looks like the diesel has thinned what oil it had in it down.
Diesel watered it down.
Yeah. I'm glad that no water.
Right.
Let's pull the pan now. Make sure, see what it looks like down low. And leave the middle ones, or?
Yeah, probably so. Just make sure it doesn't just drop all of a sudden on us. Get my finger in there on those ones.
Definitely had some oil leaks though, didn't we?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of sludge on the side of that block. I still got one in the middle here.
That's what I've got. One
That's
in the
it.
middle. I believe so.
All that sludge may hold the pan on there. That it?
That's it.
Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah, we look good.
A little nasty
Yeah.
down there, but
Well, there's a lot of room in there, ain't
there
there?
is a lot of room.
It looks pretty clean though in comparison of how we've found them before. So I don't think the water really got down in the pan. Like I said, there is some sludge we can clean out of here. Actually, quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ½ inch of sludge on the bottom of the pan. Pickup tube might need a little bit of cleaning. But now we can spray the crank with, you know, PB Blaster as well.
Right.
And give it some lube everywhere. But I think for the most part, it's just going to be our valves that are stuck.
I think so too.
So we're going to have to figure out a way to get these springs pressed up to get the keepers out. Then we should be able to just pull the valves up out of the top. Clean what we can and replace what
has to be.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do to clean up all in there. Maybe some kind of a little brush that'll go out on a rod or something.
It'd be nice if you had something on the drill that would
Yeah.
like let out Christmas tree or something.
Look at all that though. That's been caking up there forever.
Yeah. But these things are notorious for leaking.
Yeah.
On the sides. So.
That's good though. I'm glad our crank doesn't look super rusty. Oh, golly.
It
Went all at once. I don't want to drop those little keeper things there. You want to try to grab them? Can you see them there?
Yeah.
Don't think they'll fall into. Gotta go up pretty good ways with it.
Oh, well, I see where they went, so.
Should have grabbed a magnet, huh?
Yep.
Got it?
Got it.
Let me find something to put those in real quick.
Yeah, I'll get the cup. Oh.
That thing is rusted up there. I'm hoping. Let's see if I can get that out. I was hoping we could pry it from down here now. Trying to get that bottom part of the, guess not. There's no gap between this lifter.
Right.
And that valve to pry it out. I guess I could even cut it and you could always drive it back down this way too. If you could get the pieces out.
Right.
Let me try to adjust this lifter where I can get between there and it pry. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so that needs to go like inwards, right? Let's see if I can get in between it now. I don't want to mess up our lifter though. I feel like we're going to mess up the lifter doing that. It doesn't look like it's come up much on your end though. So I'm wondering if I ain't just bending it.
It could be that too, yeah.
I don't know what to cut it with. Just gonna have to take a cutoff wheel, I guess. Try that.
Getting close to that right there.
Oh, am I? Yeah. Boy, I don't like much. I think it just broke off.
Yep.
If I can just get that out of there. Come here, little guy.
Come a dentist.
Yeah. Ooh, I can almost get that spring off. I wish if I could get that little thing out of there, it'd be a lot easier. Can you need some pliers? Come out of there.
It went to the side, so it's
out. Yeah. I thought it'd come out. It's just right there at it.
kind of.
Huh, that's weird. The whole, so I guess that might be the,
guide.
Yeah, the valve guide seal is popping up. I don't even know how you, I guess you replace that from down here, huh?
Right, yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll pop out then with the valve guide seal.
Keep going?
Yeah. It's coming. Hang on. How much further does it look like? Can you tell? I bet you I gotta cut it
Well, out of
again.
way, it's about another 3/4 of an inch probably. If it, I mean, I'm right.
Let's see if we can get it down a little bit further where I can cut it right there.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. All right, yeah, we're against it there.
It's coming easy now too.
Yeah, I think it'll come right out once we cut that, but I don't know how those valve guides there install, but I have a feeling we're about to figure it out.
Yeah.
She's gonna come out now. About 4, 5, 6 pieces.
Go with it.
Yeah, let me grab it, that way I don't. All right. Yep. Thing was stuck. Now I'm curious, is the motor
Motor stuck now.
stuck still?
I don't know if you can get to the flywheel and see if you can do a partial.
Apparently so. Ain't wanting to go that way. It could still be these open valves.
Mm-hmm.
Let's, that one's, so we've got
2.
4 of them. This one wasn't even open.
Right,
That's
right.
what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because this lifter's all the way down. So I guess it just come in there and filled up and set down below it.
Seized up.
That ain't stuck. That one's not stuck. I'm able to spin it. Let's try.
Wiggling them.
Yeah, let's try this one. See if it comes up. Oop. That one's stuck, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Try to get the keepers off that one, you think? Or, I mean, I guess we're gonna have to.
Have to. The only thing is, if that one's stuck like that one was, that may be fun in that corner.
Yeah.
But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's fun in this corner anyways right now. I'm trying to get that to work. Ooh. Be careful, because there's a hole.
I got the wrong kind of screwdriver here. I've got a.
Let's get that little piece. One of them. Oh, dang. Hang on, I see it. Another one, I think, just come out. Yeah, I feel like I'm playing Operation or Dentist or something like I said. All right, so that needs to go out. It's got to go out that way because the lifter's got it pushed up. I can check the rest of these, see if I can get them to push up. Yeah, so that one's opening. That one's opening. That one's not. That one did, but I don't think the valve did. Nope. Same thing, valve didn't move, did it? So both of those are probably stuck. My goodness. That one's definitely gonna be stuck. That one come out.
That one came up.
Yeah. It ain't gonna go back in. It doesn't look like it's so rusted. Maybe it might, but pretty bad shape up there.
Try to convince it to, or?
Nah, we'll wait for right now. That one might be stuck. Stuck. Golly, that one's definitely stuck. Kind of in a bad spot over here on this. That one's stuck.
So we got.
What we got?
2 out of 12 ain't bad.
Is that about where we're at on it?
I think. Didn't we have this one came up and
Yeah.
one of these other ones? These 2 came up, I think.
Yeah, this is gonna take some time. But I definitely feel like that's what our problem is. All them stuck valves. So after patiently working with these valves just up and down, we've finally been able to at least get them all to move. Now at this point we did have a bad valve back here that had some splits in it, and the rest of our valves just don't look too great either. But at this point we do know that everything is open. This valve right here that was actually still working just fine, so it's down but it is free. So we're hoping that the engine should turn over at this point because none of this stuff is stuck. Now we will have to go back and do a good cleaning on where all these valves close down at, and possibly end up replacing quite a few of them. Now this one obviously was broke off. It's gonna have to be replaced. The valve guide's gonna have to be replaced on it. But at this point, we still don't know enough about this engine to move forward with ordering parts. So we just wanna see if it's gonna turn over at this point and kind of make a decision from there. Tire's giving quite a bit. Golly, it still ain't wanting to move. I just knew it'd turn over.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're losing a lot in the tire, but still.
You would think it would give some.
Yeah. Those have got to be stuck, partially. Let's see. So I have to go back the other way if you're on the flywheel, huh?
Well, I can get it from this side.
Can you?
Yeah.
We'll try it. Get on both ends of the crank. I don't think that that's going to be the crank that's stuck.
Well, I say I can. I can't get low enough to get a bite on it there, and I don't know if I can on this side either. Yeah, I can on this side, so we'll have to go backwards.
Ready?
Yep.
Don't break a tooth. On you or the truck.
I just cannot get a good bite on it there, okay?
Golly. I just knew it'd turn over.
I did too. I figured at least move a.
You think maybe get a board and smack on all of them? Maybe they're just stuck, you know, around the rings there.
Yeah, hopefully we can do that without having to. If that don't do it, we may have to get down there on the crank and undo them and
take them loose. Yeah.
That way we're not fighting.
I don't think it's the crank that's stuck. I think it's going to be the pistons, but let's hit them and see what they do. That one's still holding quite a bit of fluid. We may have to fill them back up and let them set some more, because I think our concentration kind of moved to the valves, and trying to listen to see if it.
That one sounds solid.
Yeah, it does. Not so much. I don't think that one sounds too solid. Maybe that one right there. Hard to tell because that one's got
liquid in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that one definitely sounds like it's.
Golly, yeah, we need to know what's going up, what's going down. I wish I knew, but without, I mean, you have to pull it, lift it back up and look at the rods to see which one's going up and which one's going down right now. Because we can't tell nothing because we've got all the valves open, so that don't give you any kind of sign. Do we fill it up with something and see? I mean, that would be honestly the least effort.
Right.
If it takes the fluid down, we know it's seeping past
The rings.
the rings, and if it don't, then we'll probably know, hey, it's this one and this one. Watch them all hold it. So we went ahead and topped all these cylinders off with some vinegar, and we're hoping to see that some of that stuff will go down, knowing that it's penetrated past the rings and began to clean up those pistons for us. While we're at it, we just went ahead and wiped down all these valves with some rust dissolving jelly as well. That stuff will cling to it a lot better in hopes to clean those up too. So this is what we're looking at a couple days later of it cleaning, us scrubbing, and it actually cleaned up pretty good. You can see where we're gonna have to replace these exhaust valves. That area is pretty clean. Now we do have some towards the middle of the block. I mean, it's just pretty pitted out really bad. So I'm assuming you'd have to go ahead and have this block sent off and those re-machined at a machine shop for the valve to seat well. So at this point, I really don't know how well all these valves are even gonna seal off. But we're still stuck on our pistons here. This one took all of the vinegar down, and the rest of these, it continued to hold it. So you can see a slight ring around most of these, but this one here, I believe, is going to be our problem with a little bug in there. I think that's the one that's going to be stuck, because for the most part, all these other ones, you can begin to see a little bit around the edge of it. So we determined that when I'm turning this engine counterclockwise, these two pistons in the middle will be going down. So if we think that one's stuck, I'll get on this crank, I'll go backwards, get Dad with that oak board, hammering down, and maybe we'll see it move. Well, I think we are moving, I think. Yep. Moving, right? Yeah, because that one's coming up. Yeah, look at all the rust.
Yep.
Let me spray it down again. But what we may have to do is get it in a different position and let it soak again or something. Right. Man, we about use this whole can.
I thought I felt it or heard it. It just heard more than anything.
I should have put a little mark on this pulley to see how far it went. Yeah.
Good 1/4 inch, 3. I mean.
Let's keep going until we can maybe
You want me to switch to one of these other ones here, maybe, and.
You can try. I think.
Just in case.
Yeah, but that one just looks so.
Yeah.
So rusty. We're getting better. That don't look good though, does it? Well, I mean, it's not terrible though.
Closer to 3/4 of an inch though, so we're
That's
moving.
Definitely the one that was stuck, because this one's pretty clean. Let's go. I mean, I don't know how far, but I'm afraid I might be loosening off this nut just a hair. So.
Something going on.
Get easier?
Yep.
I think we're past the, it was right, mainly that, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Cool, good deal. So that means everything should be turning on our cam as well, unless the timing chain's broke, but everything should be turning, but obviously with the way the valves are up. So let's fill this back up to clean it again, and I bet we could go ahead and reconnect the valves and see what's moving on that and kind of see everything start to move together maybe. Well, praise God. I really didn't want to have to get into the bottom end,
Yeah, me
which we're not done, but let's fill that up and see where we can get with her. Still going. All right, let me get a different bite.
You can tell it's going back down now because it was sticking flush with it.
What's that?
The piston here, it was up flush, now it's going back down, so.
Hang on. Hey, are you seeing any valves? Are you not paying attention?
Well, these were down. This one's up and that one's coming up.
Okay, so they are moving. I think we're getting close. They hit one spot that seemed kind of, and now that's hard again. Hang on. Did you hear that? It's like it's a dry spot somewhere.
You're moving though.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just finally starting to move only by me.
Right.
We spray it down again.
You want me to keep going or just let you?
No, because I'm starting to loosen off, so. Now I see, hang on. All I'm doing is loosening it off. Let me try back this other way. So let me swap these boards around here. There we go. Trying to get all that nastiness out of there before it picks it up. Oh yeah.
See a valve working now.
I wonder if there's any that's not going back down, staying stuck up.
Yeah.
Those ones.
That one stuck up. That one, I can't tell, but for sure that one is.
I was afraid of that because we could only work them so good, but now we can, you know, work it, hit them, work it, hit them. Just trying to keep any of that old junk from grabbing a ring there. Let's see. Where's our little hammer?
Right behind you there.
Which one's open? So that one. Let me spray it down real good. I think that was one we didn't mess with a whole lot. We got it up and then that one too. That one's gonna take a lot of work because it didn't want to pop back down.
But it is coming up, so I mean, if as long as it comes up, we can work it back down.
True. I forgot, we still got to hook this one back up.
That's what I say, yeah, because one of them is.
We got to hook that one back up because we couldn't earlier because it was open. Let's turn her over some more. So you're gonna run off vinegar and PB Blaster.
Oh yeah. Have a runaway here.
That one went back down.
Nothing went down.
Yeah, the crank's turning over good now. I wish there was just a quick way of doing these. I guess I could open it and then back up and then hit it down, you know, and just go back and forth. These two right here. And those are the ones that look so bad on the...
One of these. Where is it? It just looks like both of them are open at the same time. That shouldn't...
Yeah, they're supposed to be like that. One of them's closing back down. So that one should just pop back down. Just is really tight still. That one seemed like it kind of sprung back a little bit then.
Yep.
Let's try to focus on these two real quick, just a little bit, see if we can. I don't know which way I need to go to make it open the quickest, but. So that one stuck up now, right?
Yeah, it just went down just now.
Didn't go down all the way. I think we might get that one. That one's stiff.
Mm-hmm. The rest of them seem to be working.
I think so, until we, you know, put that one back together and then obviously replace the two missing.
Right.
Let's just keep working it and spraying it. I mean, eventually it should, as long as they're not bent. And hopefully they're not.
Right.
So after working these valves back and forth, we finally got an engine that's actually able to turn over by hand with all the valves opening and closing the way they should. Now obviously we still have our two valves here that we're going to have to replace, but the situation we're in now is I cannot hardly find any parts for these old engines. I found one company that'll sell the valves, but they're asking $62 a piece for them. So 62 times 12 valves is going to be pretty expensive for an engine that we still know nothing about. I guess we could go ahead and move forward with just ordering these two valves, but we're still looking at a weeks out before these parts would even come into us. So unfortunately, I think we're just going to have to put this project on hold while we make the decision of what we want to order for it. Now, will this engine be able to run with just replacing two valves? Will this engine run with replacing all the valves? I mean, that's a question that's still completely in the air. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure that you subscribe to this channel to follow along with the updates on this old truck, as well as all the other cool trucks we bought from the property as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, say a little prayer for us that this thing will run, and we'll see you on the next one.